Divya Deshmukh beats Koneru Hampi in an all-Indian final to become the first Indian champion of the FIDE Women's Chess World Cup. After 2 days of intense classical chess ending in draws, the winner had to be decided via tiebreaker. They played out a draw in the first rapid tiebreaker before Divya triumphed in the second. The win helps Divya earn the Grandmaster title and also her qualification to the Candidates Tournament.
I think somewhere Humpy panicked. If you look at the games, then you cannot really say that they were best games of both the players. They both have played better games than this. Perhaps it was the first game in the rapid in the classical where Divya probably was she miscalculated and missed a win. And the second game, it was a little comfortable game for Humpy. But then it came down to rapid. Humpy is the reigning world champion in rapid. Divya also seemed to be very strong in rapid. So the first game, though Divya played very fast in the opening, but Humpy was able to get very good position from the Petrov defense. She was black. Now that was supposed to be a big, huge advantage because if you're black and you're getting winning position, then drawing with the next white pieces is quite easy at that level. And then Humpy made some incorrect moves, and thereafter a big blunder when she had to give up her queen for a rook and a bishop. My position was so strong that in spite of this loss of the queen, the game still ended in a draw. But somewhere I think mentally it shook Humpy because in the second game with white, she wasn't the same. She didn't play the best of the opening moves, avoiding the important variations. Secondly, what she did was at one stage, she sacrificed the pawn, and when this game started, the fourth game, which Divya won. So at the end of say about 10 moves, Divya had more than 16 minutes on the clock and Humpy had only 8 minutes. Humpy was a little worried. Humpy was more concerned about the next game, and this affected, I think, her judgment when she sacrificed 2 pawns unnecessarily, for which she can't explain or justify those moves, and she got into a losing position and she lost the game. I think it's at some time a psychological factor because I have myself gone into such a phase that in a particular tournament I was facing against a not so good player and I actually ended up losing the game. So that is how things happen. So I realized that I just made some insane, impulsive, immature decisions driven by psychological factors. Happened to Humpy is the fear of getting into time trouble in the next games where the time control would be. So she decided that okay, let's make the decision in this game. And that was an immature decision, impulsive decision. Sometimes we brainwash ourselves that this is our only time and this is the time we must act. And it's not necessary that is the right decision. With regard to Grandmaster title, it's a great thing because although she has been winning a lot of tournaments in women's and she also won an open tournament in UAE recently in month of May, she hasn't been getting many invitations for closed international events. Some elite tournaments where where top players play against top players and it's not an open tournament for all. So those exclusive tournaments, I think she will get an opportunity to play this tournament, which is a very great factor because she needs a lot of experience at that time, at that level. Otherwise, the Grandmaster title doesn't mean much because there are already 87 Grandmasters. There were already 87 Grandmasters in the country. But yes, she qualifies to the Candidates Tournament in women's cycle. She and Humpy are the first entries in the Candidates Tournament in Indian history. The Candidates Tournament was abruptly stopped by FIDE in 1997 and it was resumed in 2019. So it's like two Indian players getting into World Championship cycle second last phase at the last one because Candidates Tournament decides the challenger and challenger plays against the world champion as a final phase. To get into the candidates is the ambition of almost every woman player. And she has actually got into what people have failed to do for decades. I think it's a bit a matter of concern for everybody because only 8% players are women. That's the same scenario at the international level also, but in Indian chess particularly. Also, Divya, for example, in spite of her brilliant performance and winning the World Junior, she is still unsponsored. Women chess has to be looked into more seriously. For example, in 2024, when 3 players qualified to the candidates tournaments, All India Chess Federation conducted several coaching camps and they allocated a budget of 2 crore from their own funds to have classes, the training sessions for these 3 people. So similarly, is the federation now willing to, since we have 2 players, at least part with say 1 crore or 1.5 crores of their funds in order to arrange international coaching? Then also it's up to the federation to take up the matter with the government of India. So beat 4 Chinese in this tournament was a fantastic achievement. It's like winning the cricket winning the 1983 World Cup, where nobody had expected them to be in the final, basically. So, this has to be projected in that manner to the government for sponsorship and to the public. Are we going to create that environment in a society where only 8% players are women players? Are the male players going to take a sort of important role in that? That is, I think, a matter which then we can decide on women's chess.